Not only is this new moon transformative, it's revealing information that needed to come out for a long time. We could just hope that the information can help us to move forward. If not, well, that's right, you heard it here. On November 20th, we're having a new moon in Scorpio. Scorpio. Of course, it's going high flying. It's forming a grand trine to Jupiter, Saturn, and Neptune. It's forming an opposition to Uranus. It's forming a sextile to Pluto. Oh, and it's conjunct Mercury retrograde. Ain't it the greatest? But you know what? All is well. Let's look at the bright side. Right. For Leo, the new moon is happening in your fourth house of home, family, processing your emotional well-being, listening to your intuition, as well as learning your authenticity through your foundational core. Yeah, honey, this is a spiritual one for you. At least you're going to be protected during this time with Jupiter in your 12th, right? You just got to set up those energetic boundaries. That way you don't take on energy that's not yours, and that way you could discern which energy's for you and which energy's not for you. But sending thoughts and prayers with Saturn and Neptune still in your 8th, you got to confront those fears of commitment, intimacy, vulnerability going below the surface and examining the darker aspects of life. Essentially, you have to be willing to let go. Oop, I said it. Some of you have already done that. Good for you. Others of you are still trying to delude yourself into believing that you're doing the healing work and you're not. Gotta give that the chop so you don't flop. Now, with Mercury retrograding back into your fourth house, you need to listen to the intuitive nudges. It could be an inner voice. It could be an inner feeling. It's something inner. It's only when you don't listen to it that you can walk yourself into a tower moment. Do be sure to establish balance between your personal and your public life during this time. Oh, that should be opposite. Anyway, Uranus is in your 10th house. You're paving your own path towards success. But don't be afraid to embrace your unconventionality or quirks, what makes you different. The public, they'll eat it up until it becomes too disruptive. Now, what's supporting you is relationships, partnerships, interpersonal connection, business contracts, if you will. Just don't become too obsessive over that. That can lead to a tower moment if not careful. Overall, new emotional cycles in your personal life. It's for the better. For Virgo, the new moon is happening in your third house of communication, skill development, siblings, cousins, your immediate environment, the mind, mentality, sharing information, opinions, and thoughts with others. Yeah, your mind's gonna be racing during this time. Rather social time, though. You could have some past ideas coming back, maybe to stimulate your mind. Could be proven to be lucrative since Venus is in your third house, too. But new emotional cycles happening around communication. Perhaps you need to share with other people or perhaps people that are closest to you how you're feeling. Gotta say it with your chest. Now, there's luck surrounding your goals, especially around friends, groups, and network circles too. But you have to reassess and reevaluate who your friends really are during this time. Because the lesson sits in your 7th house of relationships, partnerships, interpersonal connection, business contracts, if you will. We are no longer connecting with potential. Been there and done that. Where has that gotten us? The chop, right. The lesson is to get to know somebody before making something serious. Because if not, we just walk ourselves into the karmic lesson. Now, of course, we do need to balance out this energy by embracing the unconventionality within our beliefs, our philosophy, the meaning of life, whatever that means to us. It can keep you in alignment towards your manifestations coming in. Now, the very thing supporting you, your personal development journey, showing up for yourself, being of service to yourself, filling up your own cup, right. You're taking control over your day-to-day, because if you don't, that can lead to a tower moment. Overall, your thoughts are changing for the better. They're transforming you. For Libra, the new moon is taking place in your 2nd house of worth and value, establishing the 2, material security, as well as giving back to yourself through self-replenishment. It's a grounded and stable energy. It may not feel like that, but it is. You could have a past idea that could be lucrative for you that can come back around during this time with Mercury retrograding back in your 2nd, or you could receive some information that can help you to build a source of income for yourself. Just don't over-obsess over finances during this time, honey. New emotional beginnings happening around your worth and value. Now, there is growth within your career status, legacy, and life's work, but you have to reassess and reevaluate the things that are actually helping you to grow within your career. Or are you just biting off more than what you can chew? The lesson is not to overwork yourself with Saturn and Neptune in the 6th. Have you been deluding yourself into believing that you're not doing enough work? Because, honey, all this year you've been putting in the work. So much so that you probably haven't given yourself time to rest. You need to rest. Oop, 333's on my clock. Your spirit guides agree. Now, be sure to find the balance by prioritizing your healing journey going below the surface, examining the darker aspects of life, making peace with your past. Sudden transformative changes are happening. Now, the very thing supporting you during this time is your authentic expression, building up your confidence, putting yourself out there, shining your light, not dimming it because of other people's projection. Of course, love, children, and romance play a role here too. But don't be afraid to express both your light and shadow attributes. It's what leads to true authenticity. Overall, you're learning not to work yourself so hard, but you're learning more about your worth and value. For Scorpio, the new moon is taking place in your 1st house of self, identity, independence, and taking action after your life's direction. This new moon is purpose-driven for you. You could have some past ideas resurfacing to guide you in the right direction that you'd like to go in. But we can't be too impulsive and spontaneous when taking action. That can lead to setbacks, delays, obstacles. We don't want that now, do we? Now, there's luck around manifestation for you. All you have to do is keep in alignment, keep up with your affirmations. I am, I have, I will. You may need to reassess and reevaluate which beliefs are going to serve you during this time. But there's luck and growth in the lifestyle you're creating for yourself, as long as you're showing up for yourself. Right. The lesson is to be authentic and not to delude yourself into believing that you're a version of yourself that you're not. You gotta show up as your pure, authentic self. You're pure. And also, don't let other people's projections stop you from shining your light. Please, maybe they should shine brighter. Now, of course, you need to find a balance between relationships, partnerships, and interpersonal connection. You can't do it all by yourself. Also, be sure to prioritize the relationship that you have with yourself. It is the best relationship one could ever have. Now, the very thing supporting you during this time is your emotional well-being and your intuition. It's only when you don't listen to it that you walk yourself into a tower moment. Gotta face your emotions head on. Is it too much? Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's too intense, but that's what makes you powerful, right? Overall, this new moon is guided by you. What are you gonna do? For all the signs, be sure to pay attention to any personal placements as well as aspects being made. Other signs are in the other videos.